Hello everyone, my name is MD Shahajada Imran. So today I will make a video about Systemutil utility object which is available in UFT all versions, whether it is QTP 9.2 or UFT One 15 or any other version in between. This object is available. So I will talk about this object, and I will explain what are the methods available in this object, and I will give a hands-on example for each method of this object. So first, the name of this object is called Systemutil. This is a reserved object. What it means, it is available in UFT One only. It is not available in Eclipse or IntelliJ or Notepad. In those tools, it is not available. It is reserved by UFT. And it is a utility tool, therefore we do not need to create an instance. What happens when we create an object? We create an instance. Usually, normally that is what happens. We use create object keyword to create instance or object. But if it is utility object, then we can just type this and we can use directly. So this is what I will be talking about in this video. It is an object used to control applications and processes during run session. So I will go to the virtual machine. Now first I will open Task Manager. So I right click here and I click Start Task Manager. So I can see in the application list only one application open. On this virtual machine, only one application open. If I minimize, then I can see only one application open, and also this Task Manager. So these two are open. Nothing is open. One application open. If I click on processes, I can see these are the processes open. This application open. Also this processes. This belongs to this Task Manager. This process also belongs to this Task Manager. This process also belongs to the Task Manager. This is a process that belongs to this UFT. And each process has PID. These are the PID of the processes. So right now only one application open in this computer. And how we can access that Systemutil object? Just write Systemutil. Systemutil, and if you put dot, I can see the list of methods available that can be used. So it is a utility object and it is reserved to UFT, all versions. Now I will give an example I will explain all the methods and I will give hands-on example for all the methods. So first I will demonstrate this method, the run method. It says runs a file or an application. Runs a file or an application. So I'll be giving Chrome.exe. So it will open or launch the Google Chrome browser. This is an application. This is an application. System util and I also want to open that flight GUI sample application, so I need the file path. And this is the file path. I copy. So I copied the file path with double quotes. So I delete this too. Now I will be pasting. So Control V from the keyboard. It got pasted. So this is a file. This is a file where I give the exact path of the file, though that file's extension is exe. So I'm giving two examples. One that is opening an application, another one that's opening a file. I'll give another example. I have to give the file path, and what I want to do, I want to open this application. So right click, I just need the file path. I copy. It is a txt file. Copy. It is not an application, it is a txt file. So this is a file with the extension txt. This is another file with the extension application, and this is an application without any file path, without path. I just use an exe extension. So what it says, when we use this run method, it will either open an application or I got a call, so just a minute. Okay. Sorry guys, I had a call, so I had to pause. I was talking about this run method of this Systemutil object. So I will be giving three examples. One example that will open an application, second example that will open a file, that file itself also an application, and the third example, it will open a file that is not an application, just a text file. Let's see. So I will run this time. I will run it, and it should open three applications. 1, 2, 3. So right now, how many open? If I go to the task manager, only one. Okay, now I will be running it. It should open 3. Let's see. I just ran. So script is running. It should launch Google Chrome browser, that a sample application, also a notepad. This is a notepad that it opened, Google Chrome browser, and the sample application, and the execution ends. So now if I go to task manager, I should see 4 applications that are open. So I'm going to task manager to check how many applications are open at this time. UFT I manually opened, and then I wrote a script. The script opened 3 more applications. So there are 4 applications now in the task manager, I can see. So this UFT that I manually opened, and I wrote code in the script, and the script opened 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. So I'll be closing this one. I close the task manager. Okay. Now, since I explained the run method, I will be explaining other methods. How many total methods are? Let me see how many total. So there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 methods. I explained this one. So now I will explain this one. Close descendant processes. So it will close all the applications that are opened by UFT. If we go again, and to read the tooltip, it says close all processes opened by UFT. It must be opened by UFT. If it is not opened by UFT, if I manually open, then it will not close. It will only close all the processes that open by UFT. It says all and open by UFT. There are two conditions. It will. So right now, how many applications are open? 4. If we go back again, there are 4 applications open. 1 that I manually opened, and 3 that UFT opened. Now I will open another application manually. Let me see, there are total 4 applications open at this time, except Task Manager. So I will open another one. This one, Run Results Viewer. Double click. So this one I manually opened. I didn't write any code in the script, so the script didn't open it. I manually opened it. Now if I go to the Task Manager, I will see there are 5 applications. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one UFT I opened manually, then I ran a script. The script opened 3 more. This one, and then right now, or a few seconds ago, I opened this one. And what this method will do, it will close all the processes that are opened by UFT. So how many applications are opened by UFT? Chrome, that sample application, and this notepad. This one, the HP Run Result Viewer, this application was not opened by UFT. So if I run it now, if I run this line, so it's called a statement. So if I run this statement, this is an object, this is a method, together becomes a statement. So if I run this statement, it will close 3 applications out of 5. There are 5 applications open in the Task Manager, but it will only close 3 because 3 were opened via UFT. So close descendant processes, that is what it will do. So I'm giving a hands-on example. So now I will run. So I will run only the line number 5. This is line number 5. This is line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will run only the line number 5, only this statement, and it should close 3 applications out of 5. I'm running it. I run the script, it should close 3 one by one. So the execution ends, and it also closed 3. It didn't close this one because it, based on the rules, it closes only those applications which are opened by UFT. And this one I manually opened. Therefore, it wasn't closed by this statement or by this method. If I go to the task manager, I can see there are only 2 open right now. Previously there were 5, 3 has been closed. Now I explained this one also. So I delete this one. I also close this one. So right now there is only one application open. There is only one application open. That is UFT. So now I will run again so that there will be 4 applications open. So I'm running it. One, 2, 3, 4. So it opened. It opened 4. If I go to the task manager, you can see there are 4 applications now. 3 opened by UFT and 1 was previously opened. So I have explained 2. I have explained 2 out of 4. I want to open Notepad so that I can write note there. So maybe I write here on document. So I have explained 2 so far. One is run method. I've explained run method. Run method. Then I explained descendant. I close descendant processes. I have explained 2 methods of that Systemutil object. One is run, other one is run descendant processes. Now I will explain another. So I explained this one, I also explained this one. So I will be explaining this one. Close process by handler. It says close a process that is opened, that the owner of a window with the specific handler. So if I use this one, I can close a particular application with the handler number. So I go. I have to give the handler number in double quote. So how I can get the handler number? It says handler, window handler. Window handler number. Now if I spy this is Notepad. If I spy window, I'm spying the Notepad window and I'm looking for window handler. It says window handler, H then WND, H then WND. This is the number. So copy the number, copy, paste here. So now if I run this statement, the line number 5, it will close this Notepad. It will close this Notepad. It will close this Notepad. Let me run it. So it's closing a process or application via window handler number. It did closed. So I have seen that it got closed. For oversure, I go to Windows Task Manager. I don't see that Notepad. So now I will be closing another one. maybe I'll be closing this one. So for that also I need to get the window handler. I'm using object spy and looking for the window handler. This window handler, this is the window handler number. I copy the number, I paste here. Now if I run the line number 5 or this statement, it will close this. It will close this one. It will close this one. Let me see what happens. It did closed that sample application. For overshot, if I go to the task manager, I can see that has been closed. Now I will be closing the Google Chrome browser. So to close the Google Chrome browser, I also have to get the window handler number. So I'll be doing the spy. I put captcha. I'll go here to window. If we go down, it says window handler. This is the number. Copy, paste here, paste here, paste here. Now if I run it, it should close this Google Chrome browser. So I'll be running it and I'll be seeing the browser being closed. Yes, the browser closed. For overshore, I will go to the task manager and check if the browser is open. No, browser is not open. So I have showed the another method that's called CloseProcessByWndtitle handler. So ace window. Window handler. So there are 3 methods that I have shown hands-on, or I gave an example of 3 methods. Now I delete this one. Since there is only one only one application open, so I will run the script again, so these 3 applications will be opened again. So I'm running it, so that there will be 4 applications are opened in the application. Yes, the execution ends. If I go to the task manager to show, yes, there are 4 applications open. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 are open right now. Now I will show another example. I will demonstrate another, that is ClossProcessByID. I explained this one, I explained this one, I explained this one. So now I'll be explaining this one. Process by ID. If I go, and I have to keep the ID number in double quote, and that has to be process ID, but not necessarily all window will have process ID. Now if I try to get the process ID via object spy, this is notepad, there is none. I have checked it previously. There is no process ID. There is no process ID. If I go to the task manager, and this is the process ID, PID. I didn't find any. These are the IDs. If it says Chrome and ID number here, then I can take that ID. If it says Notepad and ID number here, then I can take that. If it says sample application an ID number here, then I can take the ID number, process ID. But for some reason, these three applications, this one, and this one, these three applications doesn't have process ID. If we had, we could use that. But these three example that I choose, this three example doesn't have the process ID. There are so many other things also not have. For example, if I go to the name property, for example, I want to check the name property of this window. If I go here, it says class name, dev name, and all that, but the name property is not available. So then that option is not available for that window. The same way, this option is not available for these three applications. This one, and this one. For these three applications, this option is not available, but this is how it works. We go to the task manager, look for the ID number, and it will be written something like Chrome. If we had an application that name is this one, then we could use this ID number, process ID number. Okay, so I explained this one also, process ID number, close process by ID. So I have explained 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have explained 4. Now I will be explaining another one. Close process by name. So this one I will be explaining. So it will close an application by the name. So what is the name? This is the name. This is the name. This is the name. So I close this one. I close the browser first by the name. It must be in double quote. So if I run the line number 5 or this statement, it will close the browser. So I'm running it. I'm running only the line number 5. So it will close the Google Chrome browser. I ran it. It did close. It did close. If I go to the task manager, under application, that Google Chrome is not here anymore. Right now there are 2 more, so I will be closing this application, HP My Flight Sample Application by name. So what is the name? This is the name. Copy. Now if I run it, it should close the sample application. So I'm running it. It did close. Now if I go to the task manager, that's not available. That sample application is no more. So now I will be closing this notepad by the name. So what is the name? This is the name. I copy the name, I paste here, and see what happens. It didn't take it. Most likely it didn't take by the name. This is not an application. Let me see what happens. This is not an application. Since this is not exe, it's not taking. This one was exe, this one was exe. So it took to close by the name, but this time it didn't take. So I have to check why it happens. But this is how it should be. We have to give the name. Maybe the name would be different because the extension is different than this two. Now have I explained this theory? So I will be writing here close process by name. So I have explained this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So I will be explaining this one. Before I explain what I have to do, I have to open those three applications again. So I close this one, run it. Right now there is only one application. I'll be running it. So there will be 4 applications to practice or for demonstration or for example. So it opened 3 applications. So there are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 applications. One was previously opened. These 3 are just opened after running this execution. Now I'll be explaining another method. I'll be explaining this one. Close process by window title. I will be closing by window title. So what is the title for this one? HP My Flight Sample Application. What is the title? This one would be the title. I can visually see HP My Flight Sample Application. This is the title. So I copy the title. Title. So I copy the title and paste here. Now if I run it, it should close this window based on this title. So I run it. You can see what happens. It did close. So it did close by title. So it took the title method. If I go to the task manager, I can see that sample application is no more. It is closed. So now I'll be using Notepad. I'll be trying to close Notepad using title. So this is the object spy, and if I go to the Notepad, it says Notepad. Let me try with this one if it is the title. I'm not sure because there is no property says TYTLE only, and by the visual it says Notepad. There is no property says TYTLE. So I have to guess the title and use it. So first, initially I will be guessing that this is the title. If not, then I will try another one. Run it. It did take. So it also closed by the title. If you go to the task manager, I can see that notepad is also closed. So now I will try to close browser using the title. This one I will try to close using the title. Window title. So I will be doing the spy on the browser. If we go to window, what would be the title? It could be window title. It says regular expression window title. It's not actually window title, but I can guess it and give a shot and see if it works. It also has a space, extra space. I'm running it and see. No, it didn't take this time. For Google Chrome, the title wasn't taken. So I will try another title. I already tried this one, but it didn't take. It says Google Chrome. Try with this one. Yes, it did close this time, so it took that one also. So if I go to the task manager, I can see only one open. So I have showed hands-on, or I gave example of this method. It closed the process by window title. Now I will run again so that I will have 4 applications for demonstration. Yes, there are 4 applications available. The 3 I can take for demonstration. So I have explained this one, explained this one, explained this one, explained this one. So I also have to write in the note on the Word document, close process by window title. Process by window title. So I explained this one. So I explained all of this except this two, this one and this one. So this one, block input, what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to prevent keyboard and mouse operations during runtime, which are created by external force, for example human. Let's say I have a code. Let's say I have a code to enter a data here. I have a code to enter a data here. And I write a code for entering data. Just quickly write. I'm just writing one line of code quickly that will enter a data in the password field. Before HP 1, 2, 3, 3 extra space. So if I run it, it should enter HP and 3 extra empty space. It did. So first two is HP and then 3 extra space. So what I want to do, I want to delete this 3 using send keys. I will be using send keys to delete 3 spaces. So I'll be creating set my object. So I'm creating an instance of the shell scripting. Create object wscript.shell. My OPG object, and I'll be using same case. Backspace BS. What it will do, it will one time it will do this, second time it will do this, third time it will do this. So it will delete 3 empty spaces. I put the password and I also put 3 empty spaces that will be deleted. So I will be writing this 3 times. I put an wait statement. Wait statement 5 seconds. So after entering this, the script will wait 5 seconds and then delete 3 spaces. 3 spaces. So right now I deleted everything. And also before that it will also click to put the cursor. Put the cursor in here. Now if I run it, let's say I disable this one. I disable or I commented out this line. Now I will be running this a few lines of codes. This will enter HP and 3 empty spaces, wait 5 seconds, and then delete 3 of those. Let's see what happens. I run it. It entered 5 now 5 numbers in the password field. It will wait 5 seconds and delete 3, and at the end there will be 2 left. So this is what, this is who is doing this? The script. I wrote code in the script. The script is doing this. Now what this supposed to do, it's supposed to block human interaction, or it's supposed to block keyboard operations and mouse operations during runtime, which are created by human, not by the script. So here, what is script supposed to do? It's supposed to enter 5 numbers here. It's supposed to enter 5 numbers here. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I put HP and 3 extra spaces. So 5 number, and then wait 5 seconds, and then delete 3 spaces, extra spaces. But when the script is running, a human by mistake using keyboard, that's supposed to be blocked by this. So I run it again. I'll be running it again. I'm running it again. The script entered, it's waiting 5 seconds. In the meantime, I entered so many numbers. This is what I did. I used my both hands, put on the keyboard, entered so many numbers, which actually entered in this password field. This UFT didn't do. UFT entered 5 numbers and deleted 3 of those. At the end, it's supposed to be 3, but I, a human, use the keyboard and enter all those numbers. This should be prevented using this statement. Using this statement. So this is a method of this reserved utility object. Together, this method and this object together becomes a statement. If the statement is written, whatever is below, when this line of codes are running, whatever is in the code, only those will be executed. If a human manually try to enter something or click somewhere, that should be blocked by this one. And when the script execution ends, like on the line number 14, script execution ends, then this becomes disabled. Or UnblockInput. So when line number 6 to line number 15 running, in that time, if a human try to move the mouse shouldn't be moved. If a human try to enter some data, the data shouldn't be entered. Like I manually entered those data. I am a human. I use my both hands on the keyboard and entered so many keys. Therefore, this number showed up. But based on this statement, from when the line number 6 is running till when the line number 15 runs, in that time, human interaction will not be, human interaction or keyboard inputs or mouse inputs will not be reaching the application. What is the application? This is the application. So it shouldn't be reaching this one. So if I manually try to enter, it shouldn't be, but somehow it allowed me. Somehow it allowed me. So if I go to the document, for block input method, it says prevents keyboard and mouse input events from reaching application. So why it is important? you can use this method to prevent a run session being accidentally interrupted. Accidentally interrupted. I accidentally entered all those numbers. I am a human. I forgot, or something happened. By mistake I entered these numbers. That shouldn't be entered. That should be blocked by someone like me, Imran. So by someone using the keyboard or mouse operation on a UFT One computer. So that's supposed to do, but somehow it allowed me to enter based on this object model reference UFT One. That is how it's supposed to do, or maybe it is that is how it is doing on version 15.0. I don't have access to version 15.0. The version I'm using is 12.53. It's 12.53. It is a demo version I downloaded for 1 month. So it's a demo version 12.53 where I have access at this time. I don't have access to 15. So this might be a defect on this version, and might be working on this version 15.0, but this is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to prevent or block or not allow human to enter keyboard or mouse operations while the script is running. So while the script is running, when the line number from the line number 6 to line number 14 or 15, when the script is running, the script will only do enter this and click there and wait 5 seconds and delete 3 numbers. It will not allow a human to do anything in between these two. Whatever the lines is written in between these two, it shouldn't allow. Or when the execution ends, or if there is an error, or someone use Control Alt Delete at the same time. If I do Control Alt Delete, so it goes to a different mode. So if that happens also, this becomes disabled. It says when an unblock input statement is used, like when this is used, then human can interact, or keyboard operations or mouse operations will reach the application. When this one is written, once this statement executed and whatever lines are written, in that time, if a human tried to manually enter something, that will reach the application. If the run session ends, what that means is that this is not there, and this is the last time the execution ended. Then also human can reach the application, or Control Alt Delete is written, or a critical error comes. There are 4 scenarios to end, except that it shouldn't allow, but for this version somehow it is allowing. It might be a defect for this particular version, and it's resolved on version 15.0 or 15.0.2. So I'll delete everything again. So I have explained all the methods and all the methods. Block input, and what is the other one? Unblock. Let me see. It's called unblock. The one is unblock. So I have explained all the methods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have explained or give demonstration or give hands-on example for each method of this object. And what I can say is thank you guys for watching. Bye.